The main function of our digestive tract is to absorb nutrients from our food. In order to do that, the nutrient molecules must be tiny. So before absorption, our bodies need to break large food molecules into small molecules. One example is starch. If you eat cereal or corn, rice, potatoes, you're eating starch, which is a large molecule made of many small sugars joined together. A digestive enzyme, like amylase, can come along like a pair of scissors and break this large starch molecule into tiny sugar molecules. A large starch molecule is too big to be absorbed. Your body will lose out on all the energy inside this molecule unless it could be broken down. The tiny sugar molecules can be absorbed and used by your body. This container contains water and some cornstarch. I'm going to put a drop or two in each little dish here. The enzyme amylase can break starch down into sugar. Amylase is found in our saliva. So here's a little spit. Lovely. The starch in this dish now should be breaking down into sugars. The starch in this one is still starch. So how can we tell if the chemical reaction has occurred? With this, iodine, just like what you might find in a first aid kit. Iodine is generally a golden brown color, unless it's in the presence of starch. Paper, for example, has starch in it. That's what happens, it turns black. If we mix the iodine with the starch, it turns black. That makes sense. Now the big question is, will this also have starch in it, or has it all been converted into sugar? It stays golden brown, indicating that the starch is gone. There are only sugar molecules left in that one. The enzyme amylase in saliva is found in different quantities in different people. When agriculture began about 10,000 years ago, people had fewer sources of starch in their diet. As some populations began growing grains, they were benefited by having higher amounts of amylase to break the starch down. It's just one of the many examples of evolution in our genomes.